All right, let's get into the reading comprehension questions. Now, what the SAT is going to do to you, unfortunately, is it's going to give you really old literature. Stuff like poems that are like 100 or 200 years old. And I know you guys don't read that stuff. You're on Instagram. You're not reading some poem that's 150 years old. So what? It's going to show up on the SAT, but just know that if you follow the patterns I show you, you're not going to need some sort of literature degree or poetry degree or anything like that. You can still breeze right through these questions without even understanding like half of what it's saying. So let's get to it. First things first, read the question over here to the right. That's always what you want to do. You want to know what question type you're dealing with. They recycle these question types over and over again. Which choice best describes the overall structure of the text? Aha! This is a purpose question. It's going to show up after the vocab questions. Now, when I see this, I know I need to read everything. That's a big game changer. On some question types, you don't have to read the entire text, and you can save tons of time. Half of the people who take the SAT at least, and most of you all, are going to run out of time because you don't follow these strategies. But if you know which question type is what, you know when you have to read everything and when you don't. In this case, we got to read all this text, even this here at the beginning, because everything's intentional and they might give you a hint at the top of the text. So let's go ahead and read it. The following text is from the 1923 poem, my goodness, Black Finger by Angela, I don't know what. Okay, so we're talking about a poem that's over 100 years old. A Black American writer. A cypress is a type of evergreen tree. Now, that right there was not put there accidentally. They put that there for a reason. I didn't know what a cypress is. You talking about Cypress Hill? No, they're talking about a tree. It's a tree. Now I can assume this poem is about a tree. That's there to help you use it. So, let's get to the poem. I have just seen the most beautiful thing, slim and still, against a gold sky. A straight black cypress, sensitive, exquisite, a black finger pointing upwards. I don't know what's going on here, but they told me a cypress is a tree. So she has just seen a tree and it's black and it's exquisite and it's pointing upwards. So she sees a tree and describes it. That's the first thing she does. That's the first part of the structure of the text. Next. Why, beautiful still finger, are you black? And why are you pointing upwards? She asked, why is it black and why is it pointing up? It's just that simple. I see a tree and I want to know why it's black and it's pointing up. That's all she did. Don't let that intimidate you. This is language intimidation. It's not as hard as it looks. Alright, now we're going to go over to the answer options and we're going to eliminate anything that's obviously wrong. That's the first thing you want to do. So A, the speaker assesses a natural phenomenon, then questions the accuracy of her assessment. I don't know, is a tree a natural phenomenon? I guess so, maybe. I don't see anything immediately that's wrong with that, so let's leave it. B, the speaker describes a distinctive sight in nature, then ponders what meaning to attribute to that sight. Is a black tree a distinctive sight in nature? Maybe it's certainly in nature. Did she ponder what meaning? Yeah, she's asking questions, so maybe that's right too. I don't know. Let's leave it for now. C. The speaker presents an outdoor scene, then considers a human behavior occurring within that scene. What? A human behavior? I didn't see a human behavior here. It's not like she said, oh, I saw a tree and then a bunch of people showed up and cut the tree down. No, there's no human behavior. Eliminate that. D. The speaker examines her surroundings, then speculates about their influence on her emotional state. No. Alright, now what smart people are going to do, really like you high IQ test takers, or you're going to say like, but It says she's a black American writer, and the tree is black, and the tree is pointing upward, so it makes her enthusiastic. No, don't read too far into the text. You're going to punish yourself by thinking too much. There's no influence on her emotional state. Nowhere in the text did it say she's sad or happy or angry or any sort of emotional word. No, none of that. Get rid of those two. So now what was a really hard question, or what might have appeared to be difficult, is pretty simple. It's down to two options, and you've got a 50-50 chance, it's a coin toss at this point, that you get it right, just because you eliminated the two that were obviously wrong. So let's look back again, and we need to pick the better answer. They might both be right, but we need to pick the answer choice that's better. If you like these sorts of tips and this is useful for you, like, share, subscribe, check back in. I'm giving this information to you for free because I'm tired of seeing students who pay tons of money for the prep get all the high scores while everyone else gets left behind. A, the speaker assesses a natural phenomenon. Why would you call a tree a natural phenomenon? Then questions the accuracy of her assessment? I don't think so. Is she questioning if the tree is black or pointing upwards? No, she's just asking why is it that way. Or B, the speaker describes a distinctive sight in nature, okay, then ponders, what meaning to attribute to that sight. Ponders means to think about it, and she's asking why is it black, why is it pointing upwards. Neither of these really seem right, but B is the better option of the two because she's not questioning if what she thinks she sees is what she sees. She's trying to understand the meaning of it. I know, this is weird, but stick with it, break it down, simplify it, and the more you practice these, the more you get exposure to these types of questions and you practice the pattern for getting that answer, the quicker you're going to be able to do it, and the easier and easier it's going to become. Hey, are you going to take the SAT? Why not get an edge? You're competing against everyone else who's taking the test, and they are studying, they are preparing, and guess what? If you're not getting the score you want, it's not because you're not smart enough to get a high score. It's because you don't know the specific strategies for this specific test. If you really want to get an edge and get that higher score to get into the university of your dreams, come check me out on Fiverr. Doc English. I'm offering a 12-lesson course that will prepare you for this test, and you will have a huge advantage. Check it out.